Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to send thank you emails automatically from Gmail for Google Forms response. So let's suppose I'm running a business and I'm collecting the feedback with the help of Google Form. Now I want that whenever I receive a new form submission, automatically I should send a thank you email using Gmail. I'm going to send a personalized email. Now doing this manually will consume a lot of my time, so I've completely automated this process. And to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Google Forms and Gmail. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission from Google Forms, automatically a thank you email, a personalized thank you email will be sent to this customer. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. So here I have created an automation workflow with the help of Pabbly Connect, where I have built connection between Google Forms and Gmail, and we are going to test this once. For that, I have created this feedback form which I am going to copy and paste it in a new tab, and I am going to do the form submission. As soon as I do this form submission, I should receive the mail. So I am quickly going to enter some dummy details in all these fields. The name is new user, email address is new@pabblytudes.com. Then the phone number is this one. Then how would you rate the experience? I'm going to enter it as 5, excellent. Would you recommend? Yes, and additional comments. I really liked your products, which are also even affordable. I'm going to submit this form submission. I'm going to do this form submission. Here it is done. And now I'm going to open my mailbox and check whether I have received this mail there or not. Here it is, just 0 minutes ago we have received this. You can see I have received a personalized mail. You can see the ratings which I have given are here. The additional comment which I have added is here. My name is here, and this is the mail. Hi new user, thank you for taking time to share your thoughts with us through feedback form. Here is the snapshot of what you have shared. Your feedback will be personally reviewed. I have added the coupon code, and once again thank you for being the part of Pabbly family. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. In this video, we are going to learn how we can send thank you email to all the Google Forms submission which we have received, and we are going to create integration between these two applications using Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. Now before we sign in, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with users, experts, and the Pabbly support team. You can share tips, ask questions, and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on latest feature and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. After browsing the website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in, and if you are a new user, click on this sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll go with the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I am going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard, where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I have created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and I need to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta, which is modern, faster, and more flexible one, and then we have this classic, which is a stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select this classic, and then I'm going to name this workflow as send thank you emails automatically from Gmail for Google Form responses. And now I need to select my folder. Now these are the folders which have been created, and here I am going to select it as Forms Automation, and then click on Create. So here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on Create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is Trigger, other is Action. So trigger says when this happens, an action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to send thank you email automatically from Gmail for Google Form submission, which means whenever I'm going to receive a form submission in Google Forms, automatically this thank you email will be sent to this person. A customized email will be sent, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, this complete workflow here will get triggered because trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to receive a new form submission and then action says do this, then send the thank you email. Here in my trigger application, I will be taking Google Forms, and then in my action application, I will be taking Gmail. Here in my trigger application, let me quickly take Google Forms. And in my trigger event, I am going to select it as new response received. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Forms, for which a webhook URL is provided to me, and this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So I am going to follow the help desk given below here, and I am going to make this connection. For that, I am going to open this Google Forms. I have created this Google Forms by the name feedback form, and I have all these fields: name, email, phone, would you rate your experience, would you recommend us to others, any additional comments. So these are the questions which I have added, and now I am going to make this form submission. But before that, I'll go towards the responses, and then I have to click on this view in sheets, and you will see the spreadsheet and this Google Forms will be connected. So over here, I'll come back to this question, and we have to make sure that the required button of the last field is on. I'll go towards the responses again and then click on this view in sheets. So here this sheet has opened in front of me, and over here you can see all the fields: name, email, phone, how would you rate your experience, would you recommend us to others, any additional comments. So here if I open my Google Forms, you can see all the fields which I have in this Google Form appears here, and this shows that my spreadsheet and my Google Forms are connected. And now I am going to do this form submission, and as soon as I do this form submission, I will be automatically able to capture all these details in this particular spreadsheet. I'll open my Google Form. For that, I'm going to click on this copy respondent link, copy the link to this form and paste it in a new tab. And over here, I'm going to fill in some dummy details. So here, let's say my name is latest user. My email address is latest@pabblytudes.com. Then my phone number is this. Then how would you rate your experience is 4. Would you recommend us to others? Yes. Any additional comments? I liked your service. I'm going to submit this, and you will see all the details which I've just submitted will appear in my spreadsheet. If I open my spreadsheet, here it is. So I have received this response instantly. You can see the timestamps which has recorded the date and timing of this form submission. We have received the name. The name was latest user. Email address was latest@pabblytudes.com. Phone number was this, and then the rating was 4, and then the rest of the details. Now here, as soon as I've done this form submission, I've captured the details in my spreadsheet, and now from this spreadsheet I'm going to send all the details to my workflow. So now we are going to make this connection. For that, I have to go towards this extensions, go towards this add-ons, and then click on this get add-ons. Here Google Workspace Marketplace will appear in front of me, where I need to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks, and it is showing installed because I have already installed this. But if you are doing this for the first time, make sure that you follow the same process and install this. Now after that you install this, it will start appearing over here, and from here you have to go towards the initial setup. So this box has appeared in front of me, where I need to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So if I go back to my workflow, I'm going to copy this webhook URL which I'm provided in this workflow, paste it over here, and then I'm going to enter the trigger column. So here it says the trigger column will be a final data entry column, on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. Here my final data entry column is column G, which means whenever I'm going to receive a data in that particular column, the complete row data will be sent to my workflow. I am going to write column G, and the trigger column simply becomes your final data entry column. Trigger column simply means the last data column on which we are going to receive the data. So I am going to send this from column G to column A, and I'm simply going to click on this send test, and you will see all this data will be sent to my workflow. And here it says test data sent successfully, which means the data is sent to my workflow. And now to make this setup, I have to click on this submit, and you will see setup configured successfully. So here we have added the webhook URL which we were provided in Pabbly Connect to this particular spreadsheet, and now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, all the details will be sent. But to do this, we have to follow a very important step. We have to go towards this extensions, go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks, and then click on this send on event. So this particular step will make sure whatever data we receive in future or the form submission, that is sent to Pabbly Connect. So clicking on send on event is necessary step. I'll open my workflow, and if I scroll down, we can see that we have captured the response just now. So here these are the same details. The name was latest user, email address was latest@pabblytudes.com, rating was 4, then the additional comment is I liked your service, and then the rest of the details. Here, as soon as I've built the connection between this particular spreadsheet and my workflow, I have received that response here in this workflow, and this shows the connection setup which we have created between Google Forms, Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, that is successful. And now whenever there will be new form submission, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Moving on towards the next step, whenever I receive a new form submission, I want to send this thank you email. So here in my action application, I am going to search for Gmail, with the help of which I am going to send this mail, and in my action event, I am going to select it as send email v1 and then simply click on this connect. So if you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this connect with Gmail. Here you need to choose your account with which you have logged in your Gmail, and after choosing your account, you simply need to grant away the permission. Here authorization successful, Gmail is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter all these details. So I'm not going to enter any of these details manually. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from this Google Forms, and when I click on this field, I can see this Google Forms. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. Now here I am going to map this latest user @pabblytudes.com as the recipient email address. This is the same email address which I have received from my Google Forms response. So I have mapped that. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now here, I am going to enter the rest of the details. The CCC, BCC fields are not required one. I'll skip this. I am going to enter the sender name as Pabbly, and then in the email subject, I am going to write thank you for sharing your feedback, and to make this customized, I'm going to add the name latest user. So I have mapped this. So whenever I'm going to receive a new response, this is going to get replaced with that new response. In the reply to, I'm not replying to, so I'm going to skip this. The email content type is plain. If you are entering the email content in a HTML format, then you have to select the content type in HTML. But if you are sending this in a plain format, you have to select the type in plain. I'm going to select the plain because I'm sending the content in a plain format itself. So I've selected plain, and then I'm going to enter the email content as. So here I have entered my email as, hi, thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts with us through your feedback form. We truly appreciate your input. It helps us improve and serve you better. Here is a quick snapshot of what you shared. Overall rating, additional comment. So I'm going to add that, or I'm going to map that. Your feedback will be personally reviewed by our team, and we'll use it to enhance our service for you and other customers. As a token of appreciation, here is a little thank you. I have added the coupon code, and once again, thank you for being the part of Pabbly family. We are committed to making your experience even better. Now here I'm going to quickly map the name. So as to make this personalized, I'm going to map the name as latest user, and then I'm going to enter the rating as. I'm going to enter the rating, and then I'm going to enter the additional comment as this one, the additional comment which they have added. So this will create a customized and a personalized email. I have added and mapped all the details, and whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, these details are going to get replaced with the new information. I'm not sending any file or the attachment, so I'm going to skip this. And over here, if you are going to send anything, please make sure that the file does not exceed the given limit given over here. So now after adding all these details, I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request, and let's wait for the response. So here it is, we have received the response. The response is a positive one. I'm quickly going to open my mailbox and check whether I have received the same mail there or not. So here I have received this mail just 0 minutes ago. Hi latest user, thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts with us through our feedback form. And this is the same exact email which we have drafted, and we have sent this. Now to summarize, we took Google Forms as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We received the new form submission, and then as soon as we received this form submission, I want to send the thank you email, a personalized email. So I took Gmail in my action application, made connection, entered all the details, and simply executed this workflow and send the thank you email. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between Google Forms and Gmail with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.